Advanced testing continues to be encouraging. Our success rate is steady at 70%. I believe a breakthrough is near, and more sophisticated testing will confirm that the vaccine may well be among the most powerful medical tools developed in the last century.
Well, so this is where the genius works. I'm so sorry.
This is a closed laboratory.
I had no trouble getting in, as you can see, and I don't really care about your formulas or your two-bit experiments.
You were willing to invest millions?
And you never intended to sell me those distribution rights. You know, I don't know how you got my son to throw in with you with the help of the other whelp, Jeffrey. But it's not going to work. Now, what did you promise Mason? That's what I'd like to know.
Why do you think I'm creating some kind of conspiracy against you?
Because you want to settle a few scores, Alex. See, you always were a loser. You had brains, but a loser you were. The rest of you wasn't much of a man either.
Oh, come on. Will you get out, please?
You didn't even have the guts to fight for Pamela. You know that? You didn't even have... Well, you were too timid to even declare yourself.
A lot has changed,
Oh,
CC.
no, Alex, nothing has changed. Now you got two boys doing your fighting for you. I mean, Mason might have reasons for opposing me, but what in the world could you have over Jeffrey?
I'm going to keep you guessing. You seem to like it.
Well, maybe you're miscalculating. Jeffrey may have some weird alliance with you, but how do you think he's going to stand up when it comes to his feelings for Kelly?
You make your daughter and I sound like rivals.
Oh, really? I wonder how your plan's going to hold up when Kelly convinces Jeffrey to jump ship. Leaves you and Mason. What a pair.
Jeffrey isn't going anywhere. But you see, you can't understand that, because the only thing you understand is the need for personal gain. Don't underestimate me, CC. I've got you beaten.
But are you sure she's all right?
She's just fine, Jeffrey.
You know, I've been calling since last night, and all Rosa would say is that she can't come to the phone.
She doesn't want to talk to you.
Sophia, let me see. This just doesn't make any sense.
Why don't you just think about it for a minute? It'll make perfect sense.
Anna.
That's right, Jeffrey. She knows what you and Alex and Mason are planning to do. I told her last night.
But I wish that you'd come to me first. I wish that you could have waited.
She had a right to know, Jeffrey. How do you think she feels, knowing that the man that she loves is determined to make a fool of her father?
Hi, Victoria. I was just here for a checkup, and I couldn't resist coming by the nursery to see your beautiful baby.
Why don't I get him for you, Mrs. Capwell?
Thank you
very much.
You have a beautiful son. You and Mason are very lucky.
Why are you so fascinated with my baby? Is it because it's Mason's?
I come by here for regular checkups, and each time I do, I stop by the nursery to look at the babies because it makes me feel good.
Oh, there you are, my precious. Oh, sweetheart. Hello, sweetie. I missed you.
He looks a lot like you.
Well, you know, babies change every day, or so they tell me.
I'm sure Mason would probably like it if he were the mirror image of a Capwell profile.
What's that supposed to mean? Hello.
It's not supposed to mean anything, Victoria. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm just trying to make a little conversation. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Nurse, who put this bracelet on his arm?
Oh, I did, as soon as I came on duty.
Channing Creighton Capwell III?
That's what it said on the birth certificate.
Well, I didn't name the baby.
Oh, well, your husband filled out the information for one of the nurses last night.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. She told me herself. He gave her the baby's complete name, and he even double-checked it after she wrote it down. It's quite a name for such a little boy to grow into.
All right, Mason. Come on, rise and shine. Come on, let's move. We got customers coming in. Mason. I don't know, maybe a nurse would help, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your beauty sleep, Mason. It's a train on the track's gonna pop your head like a pineapple. This was quite a stunt to pull for Tory.
How was your little talk with my wife?
Surprised you remembered.
Oh, it's a minor detail, but kind of hard to forget.
She deserves better from you, Meyson, and she's going to get it if I have to clean you up and drag you down to the hospital myself.
Damn it, Cruz. You think you've got some right to be here. I'd like to see you prove a single one.
Isn't it hospital policy to check with the mother before the birth certificate is filed?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We naturally assume the parents agree on this kind of thing. If there's a problem, we can...
No, there's no problem, but I do need to go back to my room now.
Of course.
Oh, why don't I take the baby back to the nursery
Thank
first?
you, would you? Goodbye, sweetie. I'll see you later. Oh.
Victoria, as long as we're here together, I wanted to give you an explanation for the other night, and I wanted to apologize.
For what? The past or the future?
Meyson and I being in Eureka together was a total fluke. It was a mix-up. Neither of us wanted to be there with each other.
Oh, fine, I understand.
It doesn't seem that you do. Believe me, we are not rivals.
Would you believe your explanation?
If you're going to make an accusation, why don't you just come out and say it?
It seems that the situation is rather obvious.
Victoria, I am truly not trying to take your husband away from you.
Oh, yes, I know. The two of you are simply business associates. I'm foolish to think otherwise.
I don't see any reason at all why the two of us can't try to be decent to each other.
And go back to being good friends?
At least not enemies.
Well, who knows? I'm going to get out of your way now, which should make you a very happy woman.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm a lot stronger than you think I am.
Oh, approve. Of course I approve. I don't know what the two of you have been waiting for.
Well, your permission, for one thing.
Well, you don't need it. Can't think of two people in the whole world that belong together more than you do.
Oh.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd be happy. Have you told Alice yet?
Well, I'm hoping she'll come to the wedding.
Well, we'll make her.
You know what else would make the day very special? If you'd be my maid of honor.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I can't think of anybody else I'd like next to me that day.
Well, except me on the other side of it.
Well, of course, I'd be honored. I'd be maid of honor. Oh, I love you both. Oh! Does this mean I have to call you Pop now?
I think maybe Lionel will do, okay?
You know, we do have a ton of plans to make, and I have to confess, I saw the most gorgeous wedding gown in this magazine.
Yeah? So get it.
For a small wedding?
It's small. It may be small, but it's not insignificant.
You're right. Okay, I'll show it to you.
Okay?
They both may hate it. I don't know. Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, are you all right?
Here, sit down.
I'm sorry.
All right? Your fever's come back. Why didn't you say something?
Because I'm feeling better.
You can't take any chances.
Chances? I thought she said you had the flu, that you were feeling better.
I am.
Okay, I'm going to go for Dr. Nicholas or Dr. Corfield.
Wait a minute.
No, Lionel, don't wait, please.
Wait a minute. What is going on here? Lionel, look. You have always been straight with me. Tell me what's going on.
She's right.
Okay, all right, Janie, now you have to know that there's nothing to be alarmed about. Lionel is seeing to it that I am in the best possible hands medically.
What is it?
Jane. Okay, here it is. We went away, and I contracted a virus. It left me in a day, but it's still... Caroline still has serious complications.
What kind of virus? What do you have?
They can't even identify it. It's something that is not in this country, but it could be serious. Yeah. Now they're trying to locate what the virus is, but well, I don't know. The doctors obviously don't know what to prescribe.
So we just wait? Oh, serious.
Listen, I am getting married, and I'm going to live happily ever after.
Yes, you are. Listen, Jane. We're going to pray to God that we find out what it is, and it'll be over. All right?
Okay, look. I understand if you say no, but I would still like to come in.
I don't
don't know why I'm doing this, because Kelly is not the only one who misjudged you.
Sophia, I have my reasons.
Yes, I bet you do, and I'd like to know what they are, and Kelly deserves some honesty.
I was planning to tell her.
In your own sweet time, right?
Like, it's not as simple as you make it sound.
Oh, it's very simple. You, Mason, Alex, out to destroy my husband.
You really don't know him as well as you think, do you?
That's an outrageous, incredible thing to say. You're the one that doesn't know him. He will fight any financial setback. He's not a quitter, and even you should realize you can't ruin the man financially.
I don't care about his money.
Then what do you care about?
Kelly. I care about Kelly, and I'd like to see her, Sophia, please.
No, not until you tell me what you have against Cece that you'd do this.
Something we'd all like to know.
Kelly, I'm sorry. I should have
I don't want an apology, Jeffrey. I want an answer. Mama, could you leave us alone for a minute, please?
You sure?
I was going to tell you about the company, about working with Alex and Mason.
When, Jeffrey? After you took me to bed 3 or 4 more times?
Hey, wait, don't say that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't before.
Hey, listen to me. I love you, okay? I was afraid to tell you sooner because it wouldn't have given us a chance.
So instead you used me, is that it? Or what, was I part of his plan, too?
It had nothing to do with you.
I don't know why I should believe anything you say now.
Because I give you my word, that's why. I know how much you love your father. But I also knew that you'd feel like you'd have to choose sides.
I asked you point blank if there was anything else I needed to know about you, even before we got to the island. You know, and Daddy warned me, and I said, no, whatever I need to hear, I'll hear it from you. And you lied.
Yes, I did.
You made love to me, swearing that I was the only thing that mattered in your life.
You are!
You used me to get to my father!
I was wrong. I made a mistake in not telling you the truth, but that's where it ends. I love you, Kelly. I meant every word I said to you back on the island.
You never loved me, Jeffrey. You love winning. And you do a good job of it, I'll give you that.
Bartender, how about a little pick-me-up?
Your pleasure. Manager.
Well, that'll do for a start. Give it a kick it needs. You still here?
What did you just mean?
Refresh my memory while I refresh my palate.
You just said I had to prove something. What would I have to be proven?
You're a detective. Or were. Figure it out.
All right, your wife just had a baby, so I would expect to find you at the hospital holding her hand, but instead we find you on the floor here, passed out, in a bar.
Well, hell, maybe you should write a book on the do's and don'ts of fatherhood. While you're at it, add a chapter on postpartum etiquette.
If I do, you should read it. At least Tory understands how lucky you both are. If I were in your shoes, I would give anything to be in your shoes. If I were a father, Eden had given me a baby like that.
Is that what you talked about?
Yeah, that's what we talked about. She wanted to thank me. I said, forget it. I was honored to deliver your son. It gave some meaning to all these stupid words people have been throwing to me about life continuing.
Yeah. Babies can do a number on your head. Even stop you halfway through a binge.
That would be a step in the right direction.
Brick, cancel my order. I'm going back on the wagon. Maybe that's what they mean by the miracle of birth.
Lionel, you are asking for the impossible.
Dr. Nicholas, all I'm asking for is an educated guess on Caroline's condition.
And I don't know. Look, the virus she contracted may very well fall into the family of viruses that I've been researching, but that's a long way from isolating it.
How long?
even if I identified it. I can't offer a cure. It would be months, months before I'd even be able to test it seriously.
Months?
I am sorry, but I cannot give you false expectations.
I have talked to 4 specialists in infectious diseases, and none of them can tell me anything. Now, there's got to be at least some way of arresting this virus, if not curing it.
I cannot give you the hope you need. God, I wish I could.
All right. Is there anything I can do? Any contacts, any money, any manpower, anything?
Look, you are needed right now at home, not here. I'm doing everything I can for Caroline. Please.
Yeah, of course you are. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I appreciate what you're doing. Oh, hi, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
Alex, we need to talk.
I've been trying to reach you. Cece was here.
I'm not surprised. It seems like everyone knows what we're up to, including Kelly. I've hurt her, Alex, badly. I may have already lost her, but I'm telling you this. I am out of it, man. You and Meyson can go on with your plans, but I am through with this now.
What is all this?
Mason's campground. I couldn't get him out of here last night. He insisted on renting out my floor.
Guess he wasn't feeling any pain.
Or more than his share.
Was supposed to be the happiest night of his life.
Julia, since when can anyone figure Meyson out?
Was he okay?
A little raw around the edges, but he's back on the road again. Cruz might know more about it. He nearly mixed it up this morning.
Hey.
Morning.
How you doing? Tell you, this is a strange day.
Yeah, Rick told me. Maybe it's Mason's way of celebrating?
Well, he was irresponsible, if not cruel.
Cruz, maybe being a first-time father is a little overwhelming for Meyson.
The guy doesn't know how lucky he is, Julia.
Maybe that explains Victoria's mood this morning.
She okay? You saw her?
Yeah, we both ended up at the nursery at the same time to see the baby.
She had a pretty tough time of it last night. I'm worried.
I know, and I know that she's going to a depression afterwards, and I'm sure that explains why she said the things that she said to me.
What thing?
She doesn't like the time that Meyson and I spend working together.
Nah, you see, that couldn't be it. There's something, I'm gonna find out what the hell's going on around here.
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm just gonna get to the bottom of this. I don't understand. The vibes are weird. I'll see you later.
Ah, the proud grandparents. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away, Dad. Victoria called the house, Mason. Asked us to come here.
I wanted to ask your father some questions, but now that you're here, you can answer them instead.
Sophia, would you and Dad mind waiting outside?
Not at all.
We'll see you in a minute, honey.
Good of you to come, Dad. Sophia insisted. In my defense, you can see that my paternal role model is sadly lacking.
Your father is not our problem, Meyson.
I know. I spoke with our problem earlier. Thank you for not telling Cruz the truth.
I wanted to, but I just couldn't. It just mean another loss for him. Wrong mother, wrong baby. But I didn't do it for you, Meyson.
Victoria, I want us to start over. I can be a good father to that child. God knows I've learned what not to do firsthand.
I'm not so sure little Channing and I are going to need a father.
They told you.
You thought I wouldn't find out? I had to find out my son's name from a stranger, Meyson.
Trust me, I had good reason.
Oh, and what was the angle this time, Meyson?
My grandfather's will.
Oh, my God.
The baby had to be named after my father in order for the legacy to be fulfilled. Now,
proper etiquette would dictate that it be named the second. The will stipulated he had to be named Channing the third.
So you named the baby for money. Mason, why can't you stop?
Why not, Victoria? Somebody's child is going to get that money. Why not ours? I want him to have it. Now, maybe we should have discussed it. But I still have hopes for us as a family.
A family based on lies like your father's? No, Mason. My son and I don't want any part of it.
Why are you so inflexible? Why do you keep repeating the same refusals over and over? Is this from a scene you played once? Or is this real life, Victoria?
The baby and I are going to go home tomorrow. And if you're there, Mason...
If I'm there, what?
Oh, you are overreacting because Kelly's angry.
No, she's more than angry. She feels like I betrayed every trust she put in me.
Jeffrey, she will understand that you were trying to protect her. Give her time, just give her time to settle down.
Oh, what must I tell her, Alex? What must I say? I'm sorry, Kelly, even though I'm after your father and I didn't tell you, I still want us to be close.
You are not giving yourself enough room,
Alex,
Jeffrey.
Alex, she's all that matters to me now, and I've got to put her first.
Can you honestly say that your mother's death doesn't matter?
Of course it does! But I don't know what else to do, you see. I don't know. I just gotta find some way of living with it.
No matter what you do, someone is bound to feel betrayed. Kelly or your mother's memory. Now the choice is yours.
Nurse Brian, report to St. Louis. Nurse Brian. Dr. Sackett, report to ICU. Dr. Sackett, please report to ICU.
I don't know, Inspector. I really should check with the doctor. I don't even have the keys to some of these files.
Oh, wow, I see. Well, you know, the case we're working on only calls for seeing the hospital birth records for the last, I don't know, few days.
Oh, well, those we keep right here. Here, this is all there are.
Great, thanks. I really appreciate it. Well, I won't take too long.
Did you find what you needed?
Yeah, I did. You've helped me answer a very important question, Nurse. I owe you one.
Go away. It's open. Come in.
Where have you been? And why weren't you at the office?
Personal melodrama made it inconvenient this morning.
What's going on?
I just decided to become another marital statistic. What do you want?
I'm sorry. But you had some briefs due today, and Mr. Marshall made quite a stink about you missing your 9 o'clock appointment.
Well, then, air out my office for me, will you?
I will not air out anything for you. McKenna almost hit the roof. Mason, this isn't funny.
Yeah, people keep telling me that today, but after a couple of drinks, you start to see the humor in it.
I don't know why, but if you sign the contracts, I'll come back for them later and I'll handle everything for you.
And win your Girl Scout merit badge in the bargain, huh?
Will you shut up? I am just trying to help you.
How are you at packing?
Maybe leaving isn't the answer.
Oh, really?
You and Victoria can still work this out.
When did you become head cheerleader for my marriage?
You obviously want it, or you wouldn't be drinking yourself blind in the middle of the day. I am really sorry.
So am I. But the day hasn't been a total loss. At least it'll make an interesting entry in my journal.
Gone on in there. Mason just walks out and doesn't say a word.
Am I supposed to care?
I wish you'd stop that and just try. He's your son.
Yeah, I'm trying to forget that little detail.
How can you be so callous? This is all your fault, Cece. You started it with that silly will of your father's and the money.
Sophia, I loaned my son $2 million to go into what I thought was a business he really wanted. And how does he pay me back? He all but takes out a contract on my life.
Cece, there must be some reason for this.
Well, when you figure it out, you let me know. Even from her grave, Pamela's getting her digs in at me.
All right, well, just try to make peace with Mason, would you please?
Tell me how. He's so determined to put the screws to me. Tell me how I can let my guard down. No, he's made his choice. He wants to get back into my life. Let him drop his association with Alex and Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm glad you're still here. Victoria's ready to see you now.
Thank you very much.
Honey. Hi. You okay? I'm fine. I don't know what Mason said to you when he was leaving.
Not a word. What goes on between you and Mason is your business.
Oh, come on, Cece. You know exactly what's going on. Apparently, I have fulfilled every detail of your father's will, thanks to Mason.
Would you forget about that stupid will? The only thing that's important is you and Mason being happy.
Well, that was impossible from the start. Cece, I need to ask you a question.
What is it?
Will Channing Creighton Capwell III still get his inheritance when Mason and I get divorced?
I can't believe you had the nerve to come here.
I would have phoned, but I didn't think you'd take my call. The maid said that you were resting. Are you all right?
Don't pretend you care.
I do care. You and Jeffrey are very special to me.
Jeffrey, maybe. But I'm still Cece Capwell.
My visit here has nothing to do with my business with Cece.
Everything you do has something to do with Cece. So what, did Jeffrey report right back to you after our little talk?
Jeffrey is in love with you. The man is devastated over the thought of missing you. And I told him. I said you are free to leave our business arrangement whenever you want.
Oh, that's not my problem. I don't
What is
know
it, the vaccine? Is it the competition
I don't
over
care
the
about
vaccine?
your vaccine either. He should have come to me with it.
Kelly, if he lied, it was to protect you.
From what? I would have tried to understand if he was up front with me. At least I would have had the choice.
Choice? What? Whether to love him and not to love him? Kelly, can you really live without this man? Believe me, when you lose someone you love, it only gets worse with time.
I've lost people I love.
And how easy will it be? How easy will it be when he's living right here in this town,
I'll
Kelly?
get used to it.
And that's exactly what I told myself once.
Why don't you answer a question for me? Why do you hate my father?
I lost someone, Kelly, that I loved very much. Telling you about that is just, it serves no purpose now.
And I'm supposed to accept that?
Well, this is all very interesting. Now I understand what the whole thing is about. Pamela Capwell, the woman you loved and lost, which is why you'll never forgive Cece.
Go away, Julia.
Open the door, Miss.
Julia, what a deep voice you have.
Mason, open the door.
Well, I'd like to thank you for brightening my day, Dad, but it's a little busy at the moment.
We need to talk, Mason. May I come in?
Why don't we do lunch sometime?
Nothing hear me out. It concerns all of us, son.
Ooh, you call me son. Must mean something's wrong. Is it the baby?
Indirectly. Baby actually made my day. It's an adorable child.
Have you been drinking?
I've been drinking in the wonders of life, Mason. The wonders of life. Just had a chat with your lovely, soon-to-be ex-wife.
What are you talking about?
Victoria and I had a nice, long chat. And it was long overdue. Surprise, Mason. You were about to be divorced.
Pamela hadn't been in my life for many years, even before she died.
But you loved her very much,
There is no
didn't
point
you?
in getting into this.
You bet there's a point. You attack my husband, you attack me.
He obviously inspires great loyalty from the women in his life.
You better believe he does. No matter what you're conjuring up about Cece, it's not going to work.
Oh, yes, it will. This time, Sophia, it will.
This time? Well, then what is this all about? That disastrous deal you and Cece had after you were out of college? Oh, come on. You were just boys then. Why don't you let it go?
I have.
Then it is about Pamela. Tell me something. He divorced her a long time ago. If you loved her so much, why didn't you go after her then?
How much has Cece told you about his first wife?
Everything I need to know. No matter what you plan to do, Alex, we're going to stop you because you're not just dealing with one man now. You're dealing with an entire family.
Not quite, Sophia.
Don't count on Mason, Alex. You see, he loves his father very much. And when it comes down to taking sides, I know which one he'll choose.
Dr. Nicholas. Thank you. Your service said you were here. You have to come to the house immediately. Caroline's fever has risen enormously. She's so weak, I can't get it to come down.
Oh, Lionel.
Let's go.
I hope you don't mind. I had a key at the house, and I
was just surprised. What is it? What is it? What is it? You okay?
I don't do a very good job of hiding it, do I?
What happened?
Mr. Jeffrey, I thought I could trust him, Cruz.
What did he do?
He lied to me.
Maybe he can explain?
No, he admits that he did.
Well, then he's trying to be straight with you now. You could go on from there, huh?
You make it sound so easy.
Oh, I think it is easy if you love somebody, Cal.
It's really involved, Cruz.
Doesn't matter.
Divorce. Oh, then you better check with the little woman on that.
What did you say to her?
I didn't say a word, Mason. All she wanted to do was find out how the split would affect the child and his inheritance.
You're lying.
I'm lying. Why don't you call her and find out? I'm sorry to spoil the surprise. I guess she wanted to tell you herself. I really am sorry.
I just don't think she would consult with you first.
Oh, don't play dumb, Mason. You married her for the money. What did you expect?
I married her because I cared about her and the baby.
No, you cared about the inheritance even more.
This is your signature all over it, Dad.
Yes, of course you would say that. Well, why don't you think about it this way? I'm trying to help you and Tory out of a loveless marriage.
Stay out of it.
Oh, I couldn't do that. It wouldn't be right for me to walk away in your hour of need. Victoria says she'd like custody of the boy, and I didn't think you'd push the issue.
Get out of my house.
After all, you couldn't very well plead father's rights. Actually, because you're not a father.
If Caroline has the same virus that I had, why am I not sick?
I can't explain that. Hopefully we can use the antibodies that you've developed to start some kind of experimental study on serum.
You mean my antibodies can help her?
Something like that. But not Caroline personally.
What do you mean, not Caroline?
I know. Even if I were to develop a serum next week, I would need 2 years to test the thing.
2 years?
Yes.
She could be gone in 2 weeks if she has another day like today. Now, come on, look, doctor. Listen, if you come up with something that could help her, nobody else has to know. I won't tell you.
No, I can't. Lionel,
Her life is at stake. It's too much at risk for everyone involved. Hi.
I didn't think you'd come back.
Well, I wanted to say I was sorry one more time.
You don't have to say you're sorry.
Yes, I do. And I'll keep on saying it until you believe me. I've been thinking of... Actually, I've been trying to figure out how to make you believe and understand that being with you is one of the most incredible things that's ever happened to me. I love you. Do you understand that? I love you very much.
Say
wait,
more.
Wait, Kelly, let me finish. Yes, I was afraid of losing you. But I never meant to use you. I just need to know if you'll ever trust me again. No, you don't have to answer
I don't know. I need more time.
Okay. Okay, you got it. Kelly, I want to be the kind of man you need. I promise I won't push you.
I'm glad you came.
Just don't shut me out of your
Promise
life.
you wouldn't push me.
I'm sorry. Sorry, it's kind of a difficult promise to make. Bye.
Bye, Jeffrey.
Hi. You must be working overtime. Any luck on your case?
Oh, no. It was a dead end.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, actually, another friend of mine is here in the hospital. It's...
Oh, that's right. I remember now. You came in with Mrs. Capwell last night. You're the one who delivered the baby, aren't you?
Didn't have any choice in the matter. The little guy just wouldn't wait.
Well, you should be very proud. It's the next best thing to being a father yourself.
You are a very popular lady today.
Oh, my goodness, this is lovely.
And there's another bunch of them down at the desk. Oh, and your friend, Inspector Castillo's here.
Does he want to see me?
He didn't say. I think he just wants to look at that little boy he delivered. He can't seem to take his eyes off him. He's such a nice man.
Yes, he is.
You know, he even got me to break the rules.
How's that?
Well, he said he was working on a case, and he wanted to see our birth records. Something about blood types.
Last time you looked this smug, Dad, I was having an affair with your wife.
Nothing you can bring up is going to change my mood, Mason. I knew eventually that marriage would crumble of yours. I just didn't figure it would happen so soon.
Go ahead, live it up. It may be the shortest victory on record.
Oh, really? Victoria made it sound like it was going to be a long and happy divorce.
It wasn't enough to break up my family just once, was it, Dad?
How, Mason? By divorcing your mother? Now, how have I hurt you, huh? By giving you a home, an expensive education, anything you ever wanted, and how you repay me? You stab me in the back.
You taught me how to throw the knife.
Oh, Mason, your self-pity routine is its old hat, man. It really is.
Don't turn your back on me for long, Dad.
You're out of ammunition.
And don't count on the divorce, Dad. I haven't given up on Victoria.
I guess I've come at a bad time.
That's all right, Julia. He may need you now.
I've come by to pick up the contract. We have a very tight deadline.
Yeah, they're over here. They're all in order.
Thanks. I have to get back to the office.
Julia, wait. It's all gotten so complicated. It's like living in a maze.
What is?
I know you heard at least part of that.
Yeah, you are going to make things work out with Victoria. I'm glad. You took my advice.
You and our baby mean a great deal to me.
I
Mason, please. You just announced where your future lies, and I don't recall hearing my name mentioned. I really hope that you'll both be happy. I mean the three of you. I really do.
I'm Tom Brokaw. Tonight on NBC Nightly News, as memorial plans go forward for the dead of the USS Stark, questions are raised about the U.S. role in the Persian Gulf. And still unanswered are the questions about why the frigate did not defend itself, even though it is equipped with some of the most modern and effective defensive weapons. Also, we'll have continuing coverage of the Iran-Contra hearings tonight on NBC Nightly News.
Hi, I'm Dave Letterman. Join me this week in Las Vegas. It's so beautiful here, I actually have tears in my eyes.